reached Mr. H. I'm not here right now, so stop talking into the receiver and settle down. This recording you are orally digesting will only play once for you, Agent XJ7. It will be shred itself into ribbons as it leaves the machine and rub along a length of peanut butter, so the dog will digest it eagerly. You hear that, MIB? All you CIA agents monitoring, better hurry up if you want to recover the evidence. Or you can wait and find it in the yard later this week. Regardless, let me tell you what you called me for. Her name, Maria Bruckworth. Age, 37. Maria was an anomaly in the wicked world of the media center, a person with a centrist, perhaps somewhat conservative moral stance. Location, Los Angeles, California. Date, 2003. Mrs. Bruckworth was an averagely attractive woman with a bright career behind her and a brighter career ahead, known for helming some of the more popular family entertainment hits on cable television. She had moved up and out of a series of production companies into the loving arms of a major cable network, where they craved to have her spark some of her famous ratings magic. Her formula was a secret, but it was deceptively simple. Give the audience what they want, and to Maria, the audience was a conservative Middle Western nuclear family desiring uplifting and life-affirming stories and situations with an unspoken Christian moral statement cleverly tucked into the subtext. It brought her this far, and she was certain it would take her a lot further, especially in the clueless and secular world of American entertainment. She had developed a reputation of being a hard-headed, though soft-hearted mover and shaker, ready to rock boats and kick dead weight overboard. This made her unwelcome among the lower orders and yes-men, but perfectly beloved in the higher ranks, as long as she didn't rise into those ranks and begin practicing her modus operandi. Along the way, she had various rivals and enemies, but they fell to the side. She left them in her dust by delivering the goods and floating all boats on tsunamis of audience fervor. In this latest job at her very prestigious cable employer, she ran into a wall against one Jeremy Grohl, who didn't have the ratings history of Mrs. Bruckworth, but he had connections and he had awards, and in the world of media, awards tend to speak louder than money or market forces. Grohl made his reputation on sardonic and lascivious entertainment spectacles filled with loose language and even looser moral messaging. To those that understood the power of the visual arts, his work would be strongly characterized by one word: nihilistic. And at loggerheads they were, both trying to fit into the favor of their company's hierarchy, but clearly knowing that there was only room for one to take the crown. Everyone said Jeremy had guts, and Maria was sure he had plenty of bile with little flesh to his foul accusations and tirades that destroyed those around him, which he deemed unfit to bring his visions to screen. Watch out for him, people would tell her often. He's a real bastard, but he has guts. Maria ignored their warnings. One day, after a long board meeting with the New York higher-ups, they both remained in the room, glaring at each other. Neither was able to convince their superiors that their vision for new movies and series would work to ensure desired results. He broke the first shot across her bow. You and your ideals are for archaic nannies, Grohl told her. That's yesterday's world, a world of weak and ignorant a-holes. Coming from a creep without any heart or soul in his creative menu, Maria snapped. He fumed, enraged, to say, "You stupid you're a woman. You have no spine, no backbone, and you are subject to men crying out for them to help, but taking credit as soon as the tasks are done. You're a sexual leech and a dried-up twat of a bitch." She stood up, her face getting red with anger. He stood as well, loving what he had made of her. He stood as well, loving that he had made her flustered. It was a sign that she was the weaker of them. He had her. "Well," Maria grunted, "another misogynist jerk in the media. Like I haven't seen that before." Maria produced a digital recorder from her pocket and repeated his words back to him. "Won't this be interesting?" she gloated. "Once it is put before a judge and jury in the realm of popular opinion." His eyes glared with fire. Jeremy knew he was done the moment that recording would be held by the hands of anyone above him in the chain of command. "You are stupid," Maria talked down to her defeated rival. "But I'll give you this. You have guts." Grohl smiled, hunched over, and croaked out the words, "Oh, you are so right." The way he said it was more terrifying than what he said. It actually startled the woman, made her inch backward a step. He arched backwards, his abdomen opening like an origami fortune teller. Inside were wiggling organs, and most notably intestines, writhing around in a stew of mucus. Maria retched, falling backward a full step at the grotesque sight, and then he struck. His small intestine lashed out across the table, wrapping around the neck and strangling her. She clawed furiously at his digestive tract, hoping to gasp in another breath of air. It never came to fruition. Grohl's digestive tract lifted her slowly into the air of that enormous room, swung her around lightly, and then crushed her neck tight. Only then did he swiftly dispose of her corpse by launching it through the set of windows placed high on one wall. Her body fell several stories onto the sidewalk outside the corporate offices, causing peals of horror and concern outside. Grohl merely smiled, pleased with himself, as his intestines returned to their home and he resealed his body. He quickly tucked in his shirt, pulled up his pants, straightening his appearance once more and feigning innocence. Jeremy Grohl was never convicted. The police and coroners, you see, were on his side, and hushed up the death, claiming it was a freak accident. No one could have crushed her neck so evenly and thrown her through those windows so high on that wall without some kind of superhuman strength. You see, there were those, as there are now, that maintain control over the voice of imagination and social programming. And people like Maria Brookworth were not meant to be. The Maria Brookworths of this world were to be marginalized and eliminated, one by one. And Jeremy Grohl was one of the agents of change in a progressive path to a brave new world free of moral certainty and accountability. A world where only the ruling elite can dictate what is said, seen, and heard. Because only they have guts.
Like and subscribe before I die! And ring the little bell or you will surely go to hell.
Oh, we're telling spooky stories. This is not a spooky story. Oh, there's no way on the couch I can
it
say.
depends how you look at it. It is kind of spooky.
I guess so.
Wait, that's it? That's the end of the story?
That is a